Hey, hello everybody and welcome to this live training, how to enjoy more control of your income so that you can keep more of your profits and stop relying on the OTAs for guests. And this webinar, this live training is with me, Yvonne Halling, the Bed and Breakfast Coach. So I am delighted to welcome you to this course. So let's just go through a little bit of housekeeping while we're waiting for some more people to join us. First of all, can you see your control panel on the right hand side of your screen where you have a questions box that you can type in messages to me? So if you can hear me and see my screen, can you please type in a yes? Let me know where you're from in the world so I can say hi to you and personally welcome you. I would also ask you to switch off all of your other distractions. The webinar software works better if you haven't got any other things running on your computer. I hope you've got a pen and paper because I know that you're going to want to take a lot of notes, and also feel free to ask any questions that you want as we go through, and I will periodically consult the questions box as we go through, but I will definitely come to your question at the end if I don't come to it on the way through. I also have my lovely assistant Marie helping me on the call tonight, so she will be monitoring the questions box and the chat box as well. So let's have a look and see who's here so that I can welcome you properly. Hey, hello Amy, hello, yes, Lisa from Texas. Hi Lisa. Yes, Catherine Smith, lovely. Hi, Paulette here. Hello Paulette. Wendy from California. We've got Michelle from Banbury Cross, Oxfordshire. Goodness, lovely. And we've got, oh, Amy's from the Berkshires, or the Berkshires as they say, I think, in America. Brilliant, brilliant. Lovely. So just give me, oh, hello Chris, hello darling. It's lovely to see you. Lovely to see so many people. And there's quite a few new people here on the call, which is always lovely, I think. So let me just make sure that I've got all of this, the technology sorted out here while people are just joining the call. We'll get started in a few minutes. Marie, could you mute yourself because for some reason it won't, oh, okay, thank you. It won't let me mute. Oh, got it. Technology, it's great when it works, isn't it? It's always good fun, isn't it, with these things? So let me see if I can just put my, let me have a look here, see if I can put my webcam on so that you can see me. I don't know if you can, but yeah, let's see if I can put my webcam on so that you can see me. No, it's not working. So never mind. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, Marie, no problem. Lovely. Thanks for letting me know that. Okay, we have Susan, oh, from Denmark. Is that Denmark in Denmark, or is that Denmark somewhere in the USA? Okay, Sonia, can you hear me better now? Because I've just shut a couple of things down. Just let me know. Denmark in Scandinavia. Wow, welcome. I don't think we've ever had anybody from Denmark before. That is so marvelous. We have lots of people on these live trainings from all over the world. Hello, Jess from Germany, North Germany. We always have an international audience, and it's so lovely to see so many people from around the world because I just love the internet and all of the opportunities that it brings us. So it's so fabulous to connect with everyone here today. So I can see a few more people joining, so we'll get started in a few minutes. Hello, Fritz from Eagle River, USA. Hello there. Hey. Fabulous. So as I say, there's a few more people joining here. So yeah, great. So I'm glad to see that you've located the control panel anyway. So use the questions box as much as you can. If you want to speak to me personally and you have a microphone on your computer, then do put your hand up. Use the control panel to put your hand up, and I will come to you at the end. I won't come to you during the presentation because I want you to get as much value as possible from this. Nicola, I am speaking. If you have no sound, have you got your volume? She won't be able to hear me, will she? because you can't hear me. Oh dear. I am speaking. Let me just answer you, Nicola. Yes. Right. Send privately. Okay, I've answered Nicola, so she can't hear me. Marvelous, marvelous. We'll get started in a few minutes. I'm very excited to be on this training with you. I have some new things to share with you that I really want you to pay attention to. So I hope you've got your notebook and your pen out and you're ready to shut down all of your other distractions and pay close attention so that you get the most value from your time. It's very important to me that you get a lot of value, the most value for your time that you're investing here. All right, so let's see what we have. Right, let's get started. The agenda for tonight's call is, I want to know why you got started in this business, and I'm going to do a little poll in a moment, if I can make that work. I'm going to give you the 3 essential systems that you need to have in place to enjoy more control of your B&B, guest house or inn. Stop relying on the OTAs. I'm going to share with you 2 of my recent travel experiences, which I think will be very interesting for you. And I'd like to know what you think, which I'll tell you about later. And how this represents, I believe, the biggest opportunity in hospitality right now. I'm going to show you some results that some of my clients have got from the information I'm sharing with you. And I know that some of you on this live training today will want to go take this further. So for those people who are ready and for those people who are right, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to work with me. But there's no hard sell or pressure or anything like that. This is really an informational and interactive live training with you guys. But I just want to give you the opportunity to work with me if indeed that is the right next step for you. So before we get started, I'm just going to say just a few words about me. This is a picture of me here, because there are some people on the call who have never met me before, probably don't know anything about my background. So I'm just going to give you just a potted version of that so that you can understand that everything I share is completely not from theory, it's all from experience. So let me just start here. Like you, I ran a B&B business, which I opened as a hobby in 2000, 17 years ago, as something for me to do while my husband was away traveling with his wonderful job at a little champagne company that you might have heard of called Moet, or Moe as they say in the UK. So while he was away traveling with his fantastic job, I was a bit bored in France, which is where we were, so I opened a B&B. But everything changed in 2005 when he lost that job in a corporate restructuring, and we closed the B&B, rented out our home and moved back to the UK in search of new opportunities, because as you can probably tell, I'm not French, I'm British. After a series of very interesting and challenging events over the next 4 years, in 2010 we came back to France. We had no money, we had no job, and the only thing that I knew how to do was to run a B&B, albeit in a hobby way. So at that moment, we had the bailiffs threatening to take our French home away, but I decided that there was no way that that was going to happen. So I resolved to do whatever I could to make my little B&B, to make enough money so that we could keep our home and put food on the table. Now, at that point, I had no idea how to do that. In the past, I'd never made more than about 10,000 euros a year, but I got to work anyway, and in the first year I made just over 50,000 euros, and in the second year I doubled it again to just over 103,000 euros with 4 rooms and no help at all from online travel agents. So anyone who tells you that listing with online travel agents is the only way has no idea about the timeless business principles that I'm going to share with you in just a moment on this live training. Marie, could you mute yourself, darling, because I keep muting you and you keep coming back on. So if you're able to mute yourself, that would be great. Thank you. So I just want you to know that everything that I share with everybody on my live trainings, in all my programs and all my materials, is not just theory. It is all tested, and I'll share some client testimonials with you later as well. And just by the way, I actually learned how to do this. I learned how to make all that money through two failed businesses, two failed unrelated businesses back in 2006 and 2007. But you know, that's a story for another day. So there you go. Let me just see what's going on in the questions box. Great, brilliant. Thanks, Nicola. I'm glad that you got it sorted. All right, Marie, I still need you to mute yourself if you can, because it keeps unmuting you, and I can hear you. Technology, huh? Great when it works. So let's do a quick poll and just see where we're at. Let me just why did you get started in your B&B? Let me just get this poll going. Right. Okay. So on the screen now. Okay. Right. Okay. The poll's not working. So there you go. Not to worry. We'll do something else. Okay. Can you see the poll on the screen? To answer the question, why did you get started in your B&B guest house or inn? Can you just let me know in the questions box? Can you see the poll on the screen? Yes, great. Okay, can you check? Great, brilliant. Thank you, thank you. So just check the boxes that apply to you. So the poll is, okay, the poll is to escape corporate life, to be in control of your own life and income, love meeting people, you didn't know what else to do, and to make a lot of money. So just check those boxes and then we will get the results in a second. So just give you a few more minutes to put that in there, to put your answer into the poll. That would be great. Thank you. Great. Brilliant. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? So just a couple more minutes for people to fill out the poll. Right, so we've got 38% of people want, let me see if I can show this. 80% of you have voted. Right, okay. We've got 38% of you wanted to escape corporate life. 100% of you want to be in control of your own life and your income. That's very interesting. 50% of you love meeting people. 6% only didn't know what else to do. A bit like me, I was in that situation. And 13% of you want to make a lot of money. Okay, well you can make a lot of money in a B&B. You'll never be a millionaire, I don't think, in a small B&B, but you can make decent money from it, and it's never been easier to do. And I'm going to show you how you do that in a new way in the 21st century, but it's not at all like what it was before the internet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm so pleased that 100% of you checked the box saying that you want to be in control of your own life and income. I don't know if you can see the results, but I can. So I'm hoping that you can, so that you can see that. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about, we'll come back to that in a second. Right, just hook that back in. Brilliant. All right, so I'm going to share something with you now about data. So data is like the new currency in the 21st century. It is very, very sexy because if you have data, you're able to create bookings on demand. And you can segment your data and divide it up and send things, email communications or letters or cards or anything to say segmented areas of your database. That means separating groups of people into different groups with your database. It also means that you can make specific offers to people for specific things. And it also gives you ultimate control of your business. And when you said that you wanted ultimate control of your business, and 100% of you said you wanted that, that's why you got into this business, you wanted control of your life and your income, then data is really what you need in the 21st century, because having control of your own database is absolutely crucial. And that in fact is the real reason why the likes of Booking.com and Airbnb no longer share guest details with you, because they know and they understand that he who controls the data is king. They'll tell you it's for security reasons, but the real reason is that when you have a database of guest details, you can do anything you want with it because you own it, it's yours. You can carve it up into segments, as I just mentioned, depending on your own criteria. You can start asking for more information about your guests so that you can give them a more personalized experience. You can make specific offers to groups of people that we just touched on who'll be interested, and you can also leave out the groups of people who wouldn't be interested. You can get much more intimate with them and their needs, and they feel like you really care. And that's what really everybody is wanting. Everybody is craving in this world, which seems so connected, but it's been, I believe it's disconnected. And when you have it all set up properly, you can track who's opening your emails, who's clicking through to your offer page on your website, and then you can follow up with them, because the truth is one email about your latest hot offer is just not enough. If you've been sending out newsletters and not getting much response anymore, the reason is probably because you're letting people slip away. Maybe they saw your offer, but life got in the way and they just plain forgot, and you didn't remind them. Once you've got your solid list of guests who already know you, like you, and trust you, there's no end to what you can do with that. Creating offers and opportunities for your guests is only one reason, though, why you must have a system in place to collect data. And we'll talk more about that, about the other reasons, in a moment. But also, if and when you come to sell your property, a proper responsive list of guests in a proper professional system will, I believe, increasingly play a part in how sellable you and your property are. So let's have a yes or no in the questions box. Are we all agreed on the power of controlling your own list of past guests for the purposes of creating offers and opportunities? Just give me a yes or no in the questions box. Yes, yes, yes. Great. So we're understanding this. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thanks, Marie, for that. Yes. Fabulous. We're all agreed. Yoo-hoo! Okay, so let's move on to the other systems that you need in your business now. Every day we're bombarded with distractions on how to get more page likes on Facebook, how to rank on page 1 of Google, how to get more Twitter followers, and more online travel agents trying to take money for bringing us bookings, right? Here's the thing. It's all very well and good, but unless we have put the basic building blocks of the business in place, none of that will work in the long term. It's just like what I call pissing in the wind, basically. It's all going nowhere unless you're collecting your own data. The building blocks of a business are simple and they're universal. I didn't make them up. I wish I had. But it took me 2 failed businesses to really understand this enough for me to actually make it work in my own B&B. They are the backbone of your business, and without them, you'll always be at the mercy of outside forces. But with them, you'll have peace of mind, you'll enjoy more control over your income and your life, which is what 100% of you said you wanted. So don't even think about social media or advertising or pay-per-click or trying to get on any of those other things like page 1 on Google or any other tactic, to be honest, until you have these 3 essential systems firmly in place. In any business, you need these systems, and they are a system to attract customers here, a system to sell more to those customers, and a system to have those customers spending more often, like making offers. So in hospitality, in your B&B, whoops, let's go back. In your B&B, it looks like this: a system to attract guests, your guests, the ones you want, a system to increase their spend with you as soon as they've booked, and a system to have them coming back where you make offers to them and opportunities for them to return, which if you were in the low season high occupancy challenge that we did last week, that's what we were touching on that in the challenge last week. So you would have got a taste for that if you did that. If you didn't do the challenge, it doesn't matter. This is still relevant to you. So why do most small hospitality businesses seem to completely overlook these time-tested rules of business? Well, to understand that better, I think we have to go back to the good old days before the internet to shine a light on what we used to do. If you're like me and you opened your B&B before the internet, we generally listed with local tourist office and we hung a sign outside and we waited for someone to just call or walk in. And we gave them a great experience and they sometimes came back. But at that time, there was no other way. There was no way to reach people on the other side of the world or even in our local neighborhood because we didn't have the internet. So most of us were just running a hobby, just for a bit of extra money and a bit of fun, while the main source of income came from somewhere else. At least that's how it was for me. So when the internet arrived and the searching and booking process changed, those who failed to understand the opportunities it presented got sucked into the promise of the online travel agents. And they allowed many business owners, many B&Bs, guest houses and inns to promote themselves and to transform from the hobby status into a much bigger business. They do bring guests, there's no doubt about it. And if you're just starting out and you need guests, they are a brilliant short-term solution. The danger, though, is that those who transformed into a bigger business with the help of the online travel agencies still don't have those basic fundamental business systems in place and therefore find themselves at the mercy of the online travel agents like years later and whatever game they care to play. And you know, they change the rules all the time. We see it all the time. And there isn't anything that anybody can do about it, right? So the internet is for everyone. It's not just for the online travel agencies. We can choose to transform into a new business model using the amazing power of the internet. Instead of waiting for someone or something else to bring you guests, you actively seek them out. They visit your website and make a booking here. And then your system builds a great relationship with them before they arrive and they buy more products and services from you that you've developed specifically with them in mind. That you then give them amazing experience, of course, and then everyone is happy. And then they write a great review for you online, which you then use strategically on your website, social media, in conjunction with blogs and SEO all around the web to bring more bookings to your website, to bring more relationship building here, and the whole thing just spirals upwards into a lovely, successful, profitable and fun business. So as you can see, within this new business model, there are your three basic systems are here. So here you have your system for attracting guests here, this one here. And here you have your system for inviting them to spend more with you. And here you have your system for having them come back and bring their friends and family and refer you. So you've got your three systems in place in this new business model for the 21st century. So how do you make the transition from the old business model to this new one that puts you in the driving seat of your business, where you will be in control of your life and your income, and you'll be able to attract your own guests, reduce commissions that you pay to online travel agencies if you're doing that still, and reduce your reliance on them. And you'll be able to fill your rooms in the slow seasons, in the high seasons, in the rainy seasons, whenever you want, and you'll be able to charge more and take advantage of the biggest opportunity in hospitality right now. So before I tell you the steps to take to transition, let's talk about what happens to the guest experience when you don't make that transition and you continue to rely on the transactional nature of business done via the online travel agencies. So recently I ran an intimate retreat for women in the south of France. I chose to drive down there from the UK. It's a long way, but I love driving. And to break the journey, I searched for a B&B in Avignon. So I did what I suspect most people do when I went to Google and I typed in B&B Avignon up here in the search bar. And these are my results. So you can see that Domaine des Rôdes is listed on the Google map. So they've got their business on Google. If you type in a good search term for your area and your business comes up on the map, then you're good. But here's the thing. When I phoned the number from the Google results here, directly from here, this number here, the number was not available. It was the wrong number. They've changed it now, but I promise you that this was not the number showing when I made this booking. So that's barrier number one, right? I couldn't get through. Now, I'm tenacious, but many potential guests would have given up at that point and gone somewhere else at this first barrier. But no, I went to their website and I found the correct phone number and I called them. And it was about 8:30 in the morning and a guy answered the phone in French, despite him probably being able to see that I was calling from a UK number, which I was. Now, fortunately, I do speak French, but not everyone does, and his website does have an English version, so I did assume that he would speak English, but he did not attempt to speak English with me. So that's barrier number two. A few more people would have given up by now, I reckon, but not me. I booked a room at this beautiful property. When I booked, he didn't ask for my name. He didn't take my card details. He just said yes, he had a room and asked me what time I wanted to arrive. I said I'd be there around 5 p.m. and asked him for some directions from the auto route. He garbled something over the phone and I said, don't worry, I'll just put your address into the sat-nav and hopefully I'll find you. So what do you think of this experience so far? Type into the questions box what you think of this experience that I just had at this beautiful property. Okay. I wouldn't stay there. Big mistakes on his part. Yes. Yes. Pretty poor. Yeah. And yeah, it's a beautiful property, right? Not very professional. Yes, Paulette. I don't know why it's still stuck on the pole. Some people are saying it's still stuck on the pole. I've definitely put the pole back, locked it back in. Can you refresh your screen? I'll wait while you refresh your screen. Sometimes they just get stuck. Jane's saying, unfortunately, this is typical and I would walk away. Okay, stuck on the pole. Sorry about that, guys. How annoying. I wonder why it's doing that. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Hold on. Okay, is it gone now? Has it gone now? Yeah, great. Okay, we'd be worried there was no room when I got there. Yeah, absolutely. Great, brilliant. Technology, eh? Now we're good. Yeah. So here's what I reckon, okay? He should have taken my name and email address and my card details, right? He could have sent me a link to the specific driving directions from the autoroute with details on what I would find and where to park, especially if I was late and it was getting dark, because you know it was quite late when I did arrive. So I mean, it's not that he did anything wrong, but it could have been so much better, right? It could have been so much better. Yeah, absolutely. If I hadn't turned up, he would have had the cost of preparing a room for nothing. So here's what happened next. Oops, no. I arrived around 5 p.m. I was greeted by a friendly French lady who never asked for my name or any of my details. She showed me to my room and informed me of the internet code. Still no attempt to speak to me in my language, at which point it would have been really, really obvious to her that I was English with my British accent. I do speak very good French, but I do have an accent. Sorry about that. And I mentioned that I needed to leave by 7 a.m. the next morning, so I'd just have a drink in my room. I wouldn't take breakfast and I would go. She asked me if I wanted dinner, and that there was a local restaurant about 400 meters or yards away down a dark lane. She reserved a table for me and then left. So I walked down the dark lane to the restaurant, which wasn't a very uplifting experience, I can tell you, especially when I knew I'd have to walk back later after dinner and it would be even darker. I had to use my phone as a flashlight. And at no point up to this point did anyone ask me to pay until I offered. In the morning, I left without them knowing who I was or how I could be contacted again, and they never asked me to write a review or give them any feedback whatsoever. How do you think I was feeling? Tell me in the questions box. What could have been better? Unloved, yeah. That's a really good word. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, like I'd never been there. Unloved and unwanted. I could have left without paying, Catherine. I can tell you, I could have easily left without paying. But, you know, I'm an honest person and I know what it's like. I paid. I offered to give them my card. Not appreciated, not exactly a treasured guest, pretty disgusted, poor customer service. Just a number, not a person. Absolutely, just a transaction. Invisible, yes, invisible, anonymous. Just a transaction. So here's my next experience. Our luxury villa on the Côte d'Azur. It was expensive and it was overlooking the Bay of Cannes. I booked 5 nights here for my intimate women's retreat via an online travel agent because I couldn't find anywhere to book individually. The transaction of the booking went really smoothly and then the owners took over. Now, I never heard from the online travel agent after that. The owners and I communicated by email and phone regarding the menu choices because I requested the services of a private chef. We arranged that I would arrive at 10 o'clock in the morning on day 1 and that the housekeeper would be there to greet me. She wasn't. I was given no driving directions or even the phone number of the housekeeper. Plus, when I arrived at what looked like the villa that I'd booked, it was called something different. So I had to phone the owner again on my mobile from France and I was forced to leave a message and wait for the call back. Not a good first impression, right? The housekeeper turned up about 15 minutes later and she let me in. She showed me around the villa and she told me lots of things about how the villa worked in terms of locking and alarms and internet and all of that stuff. Do you think I remembered it all? No. There was a very thin information file in the villa, but it didn't contain anything very useful to the actual running of the villa. We had an amazing time and everything turned out brilliantly as it happened. But I've been back almost 2 weeks now and no one has contacted me for feedback or to request a review. So let me know in the questions box, what could have been better here? Everything, yeah, absolutely, Jane. Pretty poor, I thought. Met on arrival, decent info pack, yeah, full welcome folder, yeah. I couldn't remember how to set the alarm. She just told me, you know, how to set the alarm amongst everything else that she was telling me. And I was like, what did she say? How do you do this? Yeah, absolutely, Wendy. Yeah. Not good at all, huh? So in both cases, what's the real problem here? What's going on in both cases? No systems. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything bad. It just could have been so much better for me on both occasions. They missed a huge opportunity, both of them. From the moment of booking to the request for feedback, we need to map out the guest journey, taking into account every single thing that they need to know before they arrive, during their stay, and then after their stay as well, every single step of the way, so that they feel completely loved up and taken care of by you. I believe that this is the biggest opportunity in your business right now, because hardly anyone does it. Jane, who's on the call tonight, who has chatted, she had a similar experience. She stayed in 2 places going to Germany. I hadn't intended to do this market research, but it was so glaringly obvious to me that I felt that I needed to speak about it. Everybody is just focused on transactions, and the online travel agents have done that to us. They've kind of stolen the relational nature of this industry away from us. And no one cares about the relational aspect anymore. And it is a tragedy. I think it is a huge, huge loss. Yes, Lisa, that's interesting. Thank you. Oops, there we go. Where are we going now? This is transactional. This is transactional. This is relational. Controlling your own database, controlling your own list of guests allows you to be relational. Without any data, without any knowledge of your guests, you can't take any action to make their stay the best it can be. You simply cannot do this. So how do you do it without driving yourself nuts with personally emailing people individually? Your business machine. Your customer relationship management system is your business machine. So let me just talk about what it is and what it does. It's a piece of technology that I believe in this day and age no real business can do without, because if you don't have the data, then you cannot control your own income, you cannot control your life, you cannot control your business. It's like having an employee that doesn't need any feeding, and it never takes a day off sick. It works for you 24/7. It allows you to keep records of all of your guests electronically, when they visited, how long they stayed, what their dietary requirements were, their likes and dislikes, and any information that you want to hold to allow you to personalize their experience. You may have some of this information in your reservation system, or you may have it on paper, or you may have it in a card index system. But the problem with that is that you cannot use that information. You can't extract it and manipulate it in the way that you can with a customer relationship management system. You simply can't use it. It allows you to automate your systems for attracting your guests so that you're not spending hours on the computer answering emails from new contacts. It allows you to build those all-important relationships both with your new connections and your booked-in guests, and it allows you to create and broadcast offers to your past guests and track the data so that you can identify those who are interested and those who aren't. Now, this piece of technology is not to be confused with an email marketing system like MailChimp or Constant Contact. It is so much more than that. Although it is an email marketing system, it is more than that. It is a customer relationship management system with the emphasis on relationships. It also allows you to automate your pre-arrival process, so you're consistently offering your guests not only more of your products and services, but giving them the information they need to have a memorable stay with you, to build that connection that those people did not build with me. A cut above anything they've ever experienced before with anyone else. And I promise you, hardly anyone in this industry does this properly. And most, as you've just seen, and with my experience and with Jane's experience, most people aren't doing it at all. So it's like having an employee that never needs feeding. Once you've got this set up, all you need to do is put oil in it in the form of your creative ideas and inspiration, and with your website, your CRM, and your creative imagination for your particular business. There's no limit to what you can create, and really that's all you need. Everything else is secondary. All of the Facebook stuff, all of the Twitter stuff, all of the Instagram stuff is secondary to putting these systems in place. So I want to hear from you now. Are we all agreed that we need these systems? Do you see this? Have I made it clear? Do you understand what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that you totally get this. Yes. Good. Thanks, Jess. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Can you see how this will give you an edge above everyone else? Can you see that? Yes, 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 absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I got to tell you that hardly anybody does this. Personal touch is critical. It certainly is. And the thing is that when I was building my business and I was going from basically naught to 50,000 in the first year, I was doing a lot of this stuff now and again, bits and pieces of it. I knew that I had to do it because I understood the business principles, because I'd learned them, you know, during my 2 failures. But I just didn't know how to do it on an automated basis. I didn't know how to personalize things automatically. I was spending hours. And then, who's the handsome dude in the photo? I was spending hours on you know, personalizing stuff, and then I was scratching my head thinking, well, did I send them this, and did I send them that, and have they got this? And I had no idea of tracking. I had no way of knowing. So then I automated the whole system, and it doubled my business. It just took off, and I worked less, basically. I worked less with the automated system. The handsome dude, I got him from Google. He's nice, isn't it? In my last webinar, I had a girl and the women complained. So I've given you a dude this time. Okay. So are you ready to embrace this relational thing? So here's some testimonials from some of my clients who have embraced this. This is Marie, who's on the line tonight. She's in St. Louis, Missouri. She's been working with me for about 2 years now. And she set a new record this September and having her best October in 24 years, putting in place these principles. Just checking the questions box. You're so welcome, Wendy. And she said, she posted this on Facebook a little while ago. I went into this weekend tying my record for September over the last 24 years here. And I've come out of this weekend 3 room nights over, and the month has only just begun. Isn't that amazing? I just love that. I love getting those things. This is Amanda Clark from Llandudno in Wales. She started working with me in February this year, implementing these systems. And she's saying, working with Yvonne Halling and learning the importance of this has increased my profit and the amount of my guests returning because of correspondence to them. Also brought me from 68 on TripAdvisor to 26. Excuse me. And my goal was to make a certain amount of money, and I've passed that, and I've had to set a new amount, way past my expectations. You need to learn to send emails that are offering the guests something, but also adding pounds, euros, dollars to your bank account. You certainly do. Excuse me, just take a sip of my tea. This is Chris Mason. Chris, are you on the line tonight? Let me just see. I saw you earlier. You were here earlier. Yes, you're still here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Chris is from Ypsilanti in the USA. She had a 20% increase overall, and some of her months were 100% increase. And here's what she said on Facebook. She said, all we can do is be the best that we can be. And that said, the best that we can be evolves over time. We grow, we change, we learn new things, and we move along our path. And we always need help along the way. Working with Yvonne not only helped me learn how to run a business in today's world, she became a partner and a friend who understood what I was doing. I am continually working on the best me every day, but now I can implement my ideas with confidence. I just love what I do. I think that's the best part about having these systems in place, is that it increases confidence, and you can really do anything you want. It gives you confidence to implement your ideas. And that is huge. And you get that control that everybody said they wanted. Oh my goodness, Chris Mason. Chris, she's just saying in the comments box, she's just had that she's having the best October in 25 years. That is amazing! Well done, Chris. I'm so happy for you. That is so brilliant. You ladies, you just go from strength to strength. Everyone's saying congratulations to Chris and to Marie as well. Thank you so much. That is so great. So Are you ready to learn how to embrace this relational thing so that you can attract more lovely guests, reduce commissions to online travel agencies, fill your rooms in the low season, charge more, and have more fun? Give me a yes in the questions box if you're ready to do that. Yes, 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 of course. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yes, of course you are. Good, good. Brilliant. All right, so I have an invitation for you. If you would like some help, you can work with me to do this, like Chris has, like Marie has, like Amanda has, and dozens of other clients as well that I haven't got time to go through all of them on this training. So my program is Bed and Breakfast Marketing Breakthrough. This is my most favorite program to run because this is where all of the magic happens. Everyone that I've showed you in the testimonials, the client testimonials, has been through this program and got the results that they've got. So what is it? It is a 90-day online coaching and mentoring program. There are 12 home study modules with video tutorials, workbooks, templates, and assignments for you to do. There's a library of how-to videos. We've created a resource library recently of how-to videos, which are short videos on how to do little things. We have weekly live coaching calls where you come with your problems or your challenges and we solve them there on the calls personally with you. This isn't about me telling you more information. The calls are for you to come and say, here's what I'm working on, here's where I'm stuck, can you help? I pass the controls to you and we help you right there and then on the calls, and it's done. There's a private Facebook where you can get daily help if you need to ask a question as well. And there's also hands-on technical assistance for the CRM system. This is really crucial because, you know, I don't think any of us got into this business to be fiddling about with technology, but we just have to learn a bit of it to make it work. And I do have a technical guy who's been working with me now for 3 years, and he is absolutely brilliant. I've never seen him with a problem that he couldn't solve. So you have hands-on technical assistance if you're a technophobe, like many, many people are in this industry, and that's okay. It's okay. Amanda had no clue how to do any of this, and she's just running like the wind now with it. So let me show you how it works. Let me take you there, and I'll show you what you get into the Bed and Breakfast Marketing Marketing Breakthrough Live Coaching Program. So when you come to my website and when you purchase the program, you log in. Okay, you go to this tab here and you log in. I'm already logged in, and it will say hello. It says hello to me because I've logged in. It will say your name here, and down the left hand side here you'll have your enrolled courses. You've got your dashboard, you've got your downloads, you've got your orders, you can edit your account, you can edit your address. It's all here. You can edit anything you want. This is your piece of my website, if you like. So when you go to click on enroll courses, you will see it's going to show you all of my courses in here because it's me looking at it, but you will have just this one here, Bed and Breakfast Marketing Breakthrough. So here, down here, there's all kinds of introductions and pre-program preparation. Let's go to module 3 and I will show you what I've got in here for you. And this is really typical of all of the modules. There's video tutorials here. None of them are more than about 10 minutes long. Some of them are shorter than that. They're really bite-sized pieces of information for you to consume and then implement. And you really are looking over my shoulder on how to do it. And then down here, in order for to help you to write those emails so that you're building the relational nature of your business by warming up your people before they arrive, which none of those 2 B&Bs or the villa in the south of France did for me, and they didn't do for Jane, and most people aren't getting it either. I tell you what to say, how to say it, so that you can warm them up, how to tell them how to arrive at your place, how to request a review request, how to deal with last-minute bookings, how to upsell as well. And if you don't have anything to upsell, I help you to craft some upsells usually from something you're already giving away for free. So that's how the Bed and Breakfast Marketing Breakthrough Program works. So let's go back to the slides. So I just want to say that this is for you. Let's just make a distinction here. This is for you if you've reached a ceiling on what you think you can make with what you already know how to do. If you've been kind of trolling along, making some kind of, you know, decent income, or not even decent income for that matter, and you're doing everything that you know how to do, then I can assure you that there is more in your business that you don't yet know how to access. So this is for you if you're at that point. This is also for you if you're running a business, not a hobby. And what I mean by that, it's okay if you're running a hobby. I'm not being judgmental here, but this won't work for you if you just got maybe 1 or 2 rooms. This is not for you. If you're running a business, you've got 3 or more rooms, then this will definitely work for you. So let's just make that distinction. And if you have a small team to support you, even if it's just your spouse, just so that you're not doing it on your own, because if you're doing all of the cleaning and you're doing all of the laundry and you're doing all of the guest work and you're doing all of the marketing, you're going to have to give something up. You're going to have to get some cleaning help, and you're going to have to find a way to get someone else to do the laundry, because there are 3 things in this business that are going to vie for your attention. There's going to be the guest facing, being with the guests. There's going to be the marketing to get the guests, and then there's going to be the labor. And you need to be in the mindset, in the frame of mind where you outsource the labor as far as possible. So I want to stress that you're going to have to do that in order to free up your time to focus on the 2 things that only you can do, which is the marketing and it is the guest facing. That's what people are expecting to see you. That's why they book small hospitality businesses like B&Bs, guest houses and inns, because they want to interact with the owner. And we've got to make that distinction. Okay, so the next thing, this is for you if you're ready to learn new skills to enjoy more control over your income and your life, and move away from the online travel agencies. This is definitely for you. This is not for you if you're looking for a magic pill or a quick fix that's going to rain down money on you without doing any work. It won't work. It won't work. If you're looking for a new site to list on or a new social media strategy, that's not what this is about. Although I do give social media help at the end, but not until you've got your 3 systems in place, because once you've got those in place, you can fire away on social media to your heart's content. But without the systems, like I said earlier at the beginning, you'll be pissing in the wind. Sorry about my French. This is not for you if you believe that it's more important to be cleaning your rooms and doing the laundry than learning how to market your business. This won't work for you. Like I said just now, you're going to have to give that up to some degree or another. I want to make that clear. And this is not for you if you're running a hobby, as I just said now. It's okay if you're running a hobby. No, there's no problem with that. But just know that you're running a hobby or a business. So let's just recap on what you get. The 90-day online coaching and mentoring program is 12 home study modules, so you can study at your own pace whenever you've got a free moment, or if you're going to allocate some time out to do this on a daily basis, which I totally recommend. You can also download them to your computer if you've got a poor internet connection. You can download them and watch them in your own time. And I must tell you that you get access to these forever. So I never take these away from people. Even when the 90 days is up, you've still got the modules, you've still got the tutorials, you've still got the workbooks. The coaching and mentoring ends at 90 days, but there is an opportunity to stay with me after that as well. So I never, like I said, Marie's been with me for almost 2 years. So you can stay on, but this is what you're initially buying if you invest in this. You also get the library of how-to videos, the weekly live coaching calls where you come and get expert help specifically to you. We stay on the calls until everybody's been sorted. The private Facebook group as well, and the hands-on technical assistance, which is really, really valuable. So I'm also going to offer a special bonus to you as well, and that is a private one-to-one business intensive with me. Now, during this business intensive, we will do a deep dive onto the state of your business, if you like, the state of the art, a state of your business, and then I will recommend extra resources for you if necessary, which are completely free of charge for coming with me on this journey. And you will be able to identify for yourself, it's not me doing it, you will do it, you will fill in like a quiz thing, and you will identify for yourself where your gaps are. And if there are more gaps in your business than what this program will fulfill for you, I will give you the extra resources. So that's a special bonus for you on this live training today. So normally your investment in this program, let me just check the questions box before I go any further. Great. Okay. Your normal investment in this program is going to be $3,997, okay? Plus, you're going to have to invest in the technology at $199 a month. However, that's your normal investment. However, especially today until Monday the 30th of October, I'm reducing the investment by $1,000 and it's $2,997, and I also have a payment plan of $1,000, $1,005 I think it works out to, and a few pence or a few cents. So what you do is you go to this link here, and I will put this link, if I, whoops, that's killed it. I will put this link, okay, let me just go back here. This link here, and you enter the promo code BBMB, which is what we call this program in-house. Bed and Breakfast Marketing Breakthrough is affectionately known as BBMB. And you come to this order form. I'll put the link in the chat box in a moment, and then you enter the promo code in here, which is BBMB in capitals, and you click on apply, and then it reduces it to $2,997. Okay, so let me just put this link into the let me go back here, and I will copy and paste this for you and put this in the chat box, in the questions box. I think it goes in the chat box. Yes. All right. So there's your link. If you feel that this is for you right now, also instead of the technology costing you $199 a month, when you take advantage of this before next Monday, because I love to work with fast action takers, okay, this is why I'm doing this. The technology is also reduced by $100 a month forever, and that is $99 a month. So you're getting a really good discount on the CRM system, which you will need to make this work, and you're getting $1,000 off from the program, but only until next Monday. Because I do this because I love to work with people who are fast action takers, because those are the people who are going to get results, because I want you to be my next success story, because your success is what drives my success. My success depends on your success. So I don't take people who are not prepared to do the work. Let me just see what Marie's saying. Link works. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Right. What is the CRM you are including? And for how long is the 99? Okay, the 99, the CRM system is Infusionsoft. By buying it through me, you are not only reducing it by $100 a month for 500 contacts. If you've got more contacts, we will negotiate with them for you on your behalf. But if you went to their website and you bought it, you know, going in cold, you would pay a lot more for the CRM system, and they would also talk you into buying their coaching program. Don't do that, because their coaching program is not specific to hospitality, it's general, and many of them don't understand hospitality. We have these special deals because we work with an Infusionsoft certified partner, and he gets us these deals. So that's how I'm able to do this for you. If you have more than, like I say, if you have more than 500 past guests, we will negotiate for you on your behalf, and we will get you a good deal. It may not be $99, but it won't be much more. But if you've got less than 500 contacts, you're good to go for the time being. So let me come to your questions now. The link to invest in this program is in the chat box. Marie has just told me that the link works fine. So what questions do you have on what we've just covered tonight, today, wherever you are in the world? It's tonight here. All right, just waiting for your questions to come in. Yes, whatever you use, Lisa, that's a great question. Whatever system you're using right now, reservation system, yes, you can import it into Infusionsoft, no problem. Yes, yes. No problem at all with that. You can import it from MailChimp, you can import it from anywhere actually, you can import it from your computer. There's no problem, you can import it from anywhere. I have over 5,000 contacts, great. I need to cull through and reduce, but I think it will still be able to. No problem, Amy, we can definitely negotiate for you on that. It probably won't be $99, but it won't be too much more than that, because we've done it for someone else. So Amy, we can definitely help you there, and I'm so glad you've got those many contacts, because you have a really good database already, and there's money there. There's money in that for you, so that's brilliant. Susan Dewey-Dam, I'm seeing your hand up. Do you want to speak to me? Shall I unmute you? You want to ask a question? I'm going to unmute you. Okay, Susan, do you have a question, my love?
No, I don't. It was a mistake, so
okay.
It. Sorry.
That's okay. It happens. It happens. I'll put your hand down for you. Okay, right, Wendy. Okay, lovely. You're welcome, Wendy. I know you don't have a B&B yet. If you want to have a chat about your situation, I know we've already corresponded by email, then just let me know and we'll fix up a chat. And by the way, if anybody wants to talk this through because they have specific questions they don't want to ask on the call, or you just want to, you just want to get some more details on this and whether it's right for you, then, email me. Do send me an email at yvonne@bedandbreakfastcoach.com. Let me put this in the chat box as well. Just email me and I'll be happy to speak to you. I know that it might seem like a big investment for you, so I'm just going to speak to that for a moment, okay? It might seem like a big investment for you, but I want to ask you, if you could just spend the next 3 to 6 months learning how to do this, and you had complete control of your income and your life, which is what everybody said they wanted, 100% of you wanted that at the beginning of the call. This is transferable to other businesses, to other things that you do in your life. These skills are invaluable. It's not just a fad, or it's not just a tactic. It's a completely new educational system for running your B&B guest house or inn, and you will take that with you wherever you go. It will increase your confidence, it will increase your income for sure, and it will set you apart from everywhere else. So if you're thinking, well, that's a lot of money, just think about, somebody once said to me, if you think this is expensive, if you think, what is it, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Okay, so Marie is saying, Marie, would you like to come on and talk about that? I would love to have you on. Would you be willing to do that? Great. I'm going to unmute Marie, who we met earlier on the call. Okay, Nicola, that's great. I love that comment. It's early days. Yes, start as you mean to go on. I'm trying to unmute you, Marie, and I can't seem to do it. Looks like you're self-muted. Can you unmute yourself? I can't seem to unmute you. Marie has just posted in the chat box that her investment, okay, it's saying you muted me. Well, it's saying you muted yourself. I don't know how to do it. It won't come on. Marie's saying that her investment resulted in $20,000, an extra $20,000 plus in the first year. So, these results are real. They're available for you if you want them. But I think the biggest thing that I've noticed with all of my clients, with Marie, with Chris, with Amanda, and with dozens of other clients that I've helped over the last 3 years with this program, I think the biggest difference that it made is not just the money, it's the confidence, it's the change in the way that they show up for their guests. I think that's fair to say. Let me just see if there's anyone else who wants to speak. Chris, do you want to speak? Are you still here, my darling, or have you gone? Oh, she's gone. Yeah, okay. Pamela, you've got your hand up. Do you want to speak as well? I think you're on the phone. Let me see. Pamela, I can't unmute you because you're on the phone. I don't think you can do that on the phone, but let me know if you want to speak. You've got your hand up. I can't unmute you, Marie. The technology is not playing ball with me. I'm so sorry. I would love you to talk. But you know how it is sometimes. Sometimes, just doesn't work. And no one knows why. Let's have another sip of tea. So keep your questions coming. I'm going to stay here until you get them all answered. Nicola, where's your property? If you're still there, Nicola, are you still on the line? Where is your property? You say you haven't completed. Scotland. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, we have Katya in Scotland. She's got a B&B in Scotland. She's just joined the program as well. Okay, yes, do answer from here, Marie. What would you say? What would you say the biggest thing that you've got, apart from the money, the extra money that you've got from working with us in this, in this program? What would you say your other biggest takeaway has been? If you could just type something in, that would be really useful, I think, for everyone else. The confidence in herself. Yeah, confidence in herself. And boundary setting. Yes, yes. That is huge. Wonderful. Thanks so much, my darling. That is really useful. Confidence and boundary setting. Because sometimes it's not just about the money, is it? Sometimes it's not about the money. It's about feeling that you know what you're doing, feeling that you're in control and you actually know what you're doing, and it's not just kind of seat of the pants stuff and that kind of thing. She's saying, Marie's saying, a significant part of that income increase is in charging as upsells the things that I gave away for free. I resented that extra work, and I don't know now that I charge, and she doesn't resent it now that she charges for it. Yeah, I mean, you could be giving away, in fact, you're probably giving away stuff right now in your business that guests will actually pay for if you just, got your head around actually making that leap. Amanda, who we met earlier on the one of my testimonials, she reckoned that she'd been giving away £2,500 worth of freebies every year by just topping up people's coffee cups whenever they wanted it. And she used to give it all away for free, and she hated it. She just felt like a pang in her stomach every time somebody asked for, can we have another cup of coffee, please? 2 more coffees, please. What guests can be like, because she hadn't set the boundaries around what was permissible for her, how she set those boundaries around what was available to guests. Marie's saying all but one of her upsells she used to give away for free, and she created a brand new upsell from guest feedback, right? And from what she could, what she created from her imagination. People love to buy, if you offer it to them in the right way. That's why I show you how to do it, how to write these emails, how to say things in the right way, so that yeah, she's saying $100 just last weekend, just by offering it in a way that makes people feel special, valued, and also makes Marie feel good, because not only is she making more money, but she feels good about herself by inviting people to spend more with her. It's just about the way you position it. People don't value free things. They don't appreciate. So by charging, it creates value on both sides. Susan's asking, how many rooms do typical B&Bs have, and what is the maximum number of rooms before the work will be too much? Too much for one person, do you mean? Susan, can you clarify? Yes, too much for one person. I don't believe that. I think anything after 2 rooms. I think 1 to 2 rooms is a hobby, and you can probably manage that yourself. I think when you're getting into 3 rooms plus, you need to get some help. What does everyone else think who's running B&Bs right now? What do you reckon? You see, the thing is that if there's no limit to how many rooms you have if you've got the right help. If you're outsourcing the labor, then you can concentrate on bringing in the guests, and you can add a couple of more rooms and just bring in the guests, because you've got like a systems. Marie's saying 4, she's saying maybe 5. 5 becomes too much, she's saying. 4 is the maximum you could do on your own. But she does outsource the laundry. So outsourcing the laundry frees up an awful lot of time and energy. because it takes forever, doesn't it? It's never ending, never stops coming. Those sheets. You just get, yes, and she's got a housekeeper as well. You don't want to be working so hard. You just don't want to be working so hard. You want to be enjoying it. This is your life. You deserve to have a good life. Nicola's asking, what occupancy rate have people gone from and to? Occupancy rates, I don't believe that occupancy rates are as important as increasing customer spend and having a great time. I think those are the most important things. Marie, if you have anything to add there, I'd love to know what you think. When I went from 0 to 50,000 euros in the first year, my occupancy rate was about 30%. And then when I went from 50,000 to 103,000, my occupancy rate went up to 49%. And then after that, my upsells became more, they produced more value in revenue than my rooms did. Now, I know that's not always possible for everybody, because not everybody's different. Everybody's got a different situation. But if you focus on adding value, in breaking that, Marie's saying, in breaking that October record, I worked half as hard for the same money. Isn't that interesting? She worked half as hard. Yes, absolutely, Lisa. Be happy for, Lisa's saying she's happy for, if you can hit the revenue target with less room lights, that's the goal. Yes, it is. Yes. Happy for occupancy rates to go down with revenue increasing due to add-ons and selling. Yes, absolutely. It's far, far easier to sell more to the person who has already bought from you, like booked a room. It's far easier to do that than it is to keep on going out there and trying to get more guests and trying to get more guests. Yes, you do need to get more guests, of course, if you're on that upward curve of trying. But if you're established and you've got a database of guests, that is where you should be focusing your energy on adding more value to that group of people who've already bought from you once and are waiting to buy from you again if you just offer something. Thanks, Jane. Jane's saying is very true. Yes. So, it's not always about getting more guests. And I know that a lot of people focus on that, but really if you've got a database already, even if you're not accessing it or using it, there's money in there already, and your focus should be on adding value to them and in creating opportunities for them to come back and to buy more things from you. That would be my advice. My tea is cold now. Never mind. Brilliant. Okay, Marie's saying, she said, I used to think it was about getting my occupancy rate up as well, but the upsell strategy accomplished the same thing. Isn't that interesting? It does. The upsell strategy accomplishes the same thing. So you work half as hard for the same money. It's a balance between I don't know about you, but for me, it was a balance between, the occupancy rate, people coming, and the revenue goal. And when you hit that, when you get that balance right, it's like the sweet spot in your business. I don't want any more guests. I don't need any more guests. I just want to add more value to the guests I've got. I'm just going to nurture and love my database of guests. And then they'll come back, and then you can create more things for them. I mean, really, we created some quite high ticket items. And I know that not everybody can do this because we were in the Champagne region. So, don't think that what I did is applicable to you, because it isn't. But just to give you, a little bit of an idea here, we created 2 €5,000 weekends for groups. And, we sold those out every year. And it was like really easy money, really easy. So there's a fine line between occupancy and revenue goal. I think everybody, Marie, you're quite right. I think everybody thinks it's about more guests, more occupancy, but I don't believe it is. As I said, it's that sweet spot between, you know, occupancy and the revenue. And for everybody, that spot is different, I believe. Yes, absolutely, Jane. Jane's saying, I think people need to rethink how their business works and not get hung up on occupancy rates. Totally, totally, totally agree with that. So, any more questions? Any more questions? So if you need to get in touch with me because you need to ask some more questions, I've put my email in the chat box. So it's Yvonne@bedandbreakfastcoach.com. Just email me and say I need more information on the program, or whatever you want to ask me. I'm available for you. This offer is good until Monday for the $1,000 off and the reduced Infusionsoft payment as well. And the payment plan as well is good till Monday. This is the last time I'll be offering this the reduced rate this year. You won't be able to get on this program again at this rate until next year. So if you're serious about taking your business up a notch, being professional, being more professional with it, you know, adding some love to your guests so that they feel cared for. The whole world is starving from lack of love and being nurtured right now with all the transactional nature of the hospitality industry in particular. So, you know, if you want to learn how to do this, this is what we teach. This is what people are doing. This is how they're getting the results. If you want that, then now's your time to jump on and start working with us. We have a great group of people. Everybody's working at their own pace. There's no pressure. If you don't think you can get it done in 90 days because you've got holidays booked or you've got something else going on, it's okay. You know, you don't, there's no pressure to get it done. I advocate you get something in place pretty quickly. And usually I would say if you're worried about how you're going to get this money back, this investment back, Marie made $20,000 plus out of it in the first year. Most people, if you put in place just one strategy in the first 30 days, you will start seeing a return on your investment within the first 30 days. You'll start seeing how people are prepared to buy more things from you straight away. Marie's saying there's only so much money to make with the number of rooms, but selling the upsells breaks that ceiling. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And like I said earlier, you know, everybody does their own thing with upsells. Everybody's got their own unique thing that they can upsell. And doing it in this way, doing it using the nurturing method, the relational method, will get you a far better result than maybe what you're getting right now. Because we really need to nurture people first before they, you know, before asking them if they want to buy something. And that's, you know, what we do. That's what we do. Wonderful. So if you have any more questions, there's still quite a lot of people on the call here. So ask questions if you want to. I'm happy to stay. I've got nowhere to go. So I'm happy to stay and answer your more questions. And if you want to speak, as I say, put your hand up, use the control panel to put your hand up and I'll unmute you and we can talk. Otherwise, if you have no more questions, I'll be sending out a replay as well of the recording, so that you can watch it again if you need to talk to someone else about it as well. You're very welcome, Lisa. You're very welcome. It's great to have you here. Brilliant. All right, looks like there aren't any more questions. Okay, just checking for a moment. Looks like something's happening. Okay, great. All right, so thank you everybody. If you have no more questions, I will love you and leave you tonight, and I'll get this replay up for you so that you can watch it again or discuss it. Maybe you want to discuss it with your spouse, and if you want to get in touch with me, I'm here. So just let me know. It's my pleasure to be with you tonight. Thank you for your time. I hope you got some good value from it, at least. Even if you don't join the program, I hope you got great value. That's my intention anyway. Thanks, Marie, for your help and for all your input here. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for interacting with me and bearing with the technology as well. Okay, so I'll say good night. Thank you so much, Nicola. Thank you. Good night, everybody. See you soon.